It's yet another day of, evening of inclement weather here in New York City. But I wanted to take to the streets because I've been having a lot of people contacting me, asking about what's going on with the YouTube live streaming situation. Everyone that was watching the Las Vegas video we did the other night with John Cullen, fantastic information from John. You may have noticed that video got cut rather unceremoniously 7 minutes in, just as we were talking about information that's been suppressed in the autopsies of victims from the October 1st shooting at the Harvest Festival. So let me explain what happened. A couple weeks ago, a week or two, something like that. Many people might have seen we did a video with Hector Carmona about Hector's ongoing research into the systematic abuse of horses by the FEI and the Spanish Riding School of Austria. Now, Hector presented extensively researched information, testimony from veterinarians, photographic evidence, information that made it quite obvious that the practice of roll cure, something that is done in the sport of dressage, this practice of roll cure is very damaging to the health of horses. And for people who haven't seen the video, it involves basically bending the horse's neck in a way that is considered to be aesthetically pleasing, but as Hector pointed out, is very damaging to the overall health of the animal, reduces the lifespan, and seems to be incredibly cruel by most measures. Now, during the course of that video, and this was the second video I did with Hector about this cruel and torturous practice of animal abuse, Hector pointed out that the Spanish Riding School in Austria also engages in roll cure. And he presented evidence, and he spoke about how it's damaging to the horse's health. What happened the other day, on February 14th at 9:01 a.m., I received an email from the legal support team at YouTube, February 14th, 9:01 a.m. This email informed me that there was a copyright strike on the video and that I had 48 hours in which to resolve it. And that copyright strike came from the law firm that represents the Spanish riding school there in Austria, a law firm called Korn Rechtsanwälte, I believe is the pronunciation. And they said that I had violated their copyright by showing the logo and images from their webpage in the news report about them engaging in animal abuse. Now, there's two critical things going on here. I was given 48 hours by Google, by YouTube, to either voluntarily remove the video or, as Google suggested, to rectify the situation with the complainant. Google actually specifically encouraged me to do that, to contact them and explain to them that in the course of exercising freedom of the press and freedom of speech, I am actually allowed to report on credible allegations such as those presented by Hector. Now, it is possible that there is an alternate point of view that differs from Hector and the other veterinarians and professionals in the world of equestrian stuff that might be of the opinion and might even have supporting evidence that roll cure is not hurting horses and killing horses and prematurely ending the lives of innocent, defenseless horses. And I even wrote to Alexandra Thurman, I think her name was, Thurmer, something, the lawyer with Korn Rechtsanwälte, or whatever their name is there in Austria. I called their office, left a voicemail on their Austrian voicemail system. And I did not get a response when I had suggested to Alexandra that she contact me with countermanding evidence and that I would retract statements that were shown to be false. That the statements were not defamatory. They were made without malice. I was simply reporting on testimony from an equestrian expert who said that they are engaged in animal abuse. So there was no response there. Now, the more upsetting thing is that at 9:01 a.m. on February 14th, when I was informed that I had 48 hours to address this matter, I could have made the decision to pull the video. Now, I don't really like doing that because it gives the message to allegedly unscrupulous animal torturers like those that gave the copyright strike that they can just exercise these type of frivolous activities by contacting YouTube and having their lawyers threaten to, I don't know, do whatever they threatened to do, but they basically said I was violating their copyright. That's not true. Didn't violate their copyright. That is kind of the same thing as if somebody drove a car into Central Park and killed a bunch of people, and I went and reported on that, and then Ford sued me for using their logo in a news report. That's fair use. I am allowed to report on allegations of criminal animal abuse and say that the Spanish Riding School are the accused. So they declined to present countermanding evidence. They declined to say anything. And the most egregious aspect is that in less than 36 hours, at approximately 8:07 p.m. on February the 15th, the live streaming capability for Crowdsource the Truth was just removed from YouTube without warning, in direct contradiction to what YouTube had said the terms were. Now, of course, we're still available on Periscope, and actually, just this morning, with Jan Weinberg, we posted the 100th broadcast on Periscope. I was pleased to see. So if people aren't on Periscope with us, you should join Periscope, and you can still see the video on Periscope. I've tiled out the logo so that I'm not violating their copyright or giving them an opportunity to give me another strike, which I'm sure they'll look for the opportunity to do that again, because anyone that would torture a defenseless horse is obviously a scumbag. And rather than answering my question and saying, what is your evidence that what we've presented is incorrect, and taking my offer of proving Hector wrong so that I would run a retraction and remove the video, they just chose to do what scummy lawyers like to do, which is threaten people with frivolous action. Who else do we know that does that? Oh yeah, another guy who likes to rob and steal and likes to also submit privacy violations to YouTube videos and things like that. Now, the other question that I have for the people that run YouTube is, why is it that when I have made complaints of a similar fashion from scumbags that we're all aware of who like to violate my right to publicity by reproducing my image, violate my copyright by representing that they work for Crowdsource the Truth when they obviously don't. They like to try to capitalize on the fact that Crowdsource the Truth is growing and people are searching for Crowdsource the Truth on the internet, and some of those searches now lead to the scumbag that I'm talking about. It's so strange to me that when I submitted a copyright complaint about this loser whose almost entire channel is based on copying my intellectual property and posting it and coming to my home and displaying that for everyone along with the advice that they should attack me, that the same people at YouTube told me that I should take civil action against that individual and that when I win the lawsuit and get a judgment, submit it to them, and then they'll do something. So why is it that Google has this double standard where if you are rich and a law firm in Austria and own a bunch of horses that you allegedly like to torture, you can just threaten people and violate the terms of the agreement that you set forward, under which they have a time frame to settle the dispute? But if you're a broke loser who somehow has the money to buy a new house and continue making videos filled with false allegations and continue to smear Jewish people like the bigoted jackass that he is, why is it that those guys don't get their channels live streaming shut off right away? It's strange. I don't understand why that would be. But anyway, I just wanted to let everyone know that until this matter can be rectified, which might take as long as 90 days as far as live streaming on YouTube goes, you can still watch on Periscope. You can still watch on Facebook. We've added YouNow. You can watch on the VK social media network, vk.com, which is a Russian social media network. We're still on there. And so tomorrow at 3 p.m., Sunday with Charles, we'll be live on Periscope, Facebook, vk.com, YouNow. There's a couple others I can't remember right now. And it'll be uploaded right after. The videos are still available on YouTube, but they'll be uploaded after. This is an obvious attempt to suppress Crowdsource the Truth from bringing you true information. I think if the law firm for the Spanish riding school had any integrity, they would have responded to my offer to present their evidence. They would have shown us veterinarians that disagree with... Is this echoing again? Veterinarians that disagree with Hector? Huh. I don't know if that's echoing or not. But they didn't do that. They, in a very cowardly fashion, just contacted YouTube. And YouTube, for some unknown reason, boy, I don't know why that echo kicks on. It's very strange. Anyway, I hope that people will continue to watch on Periscope, continue to tune in on YouTube. Don't forget that Crowdsource the Truth is a community-sponsored news resource. And if you're watching daily, if you appreciate our willingness to not kowtow to scummy law firms and their cowardly threats, then please become a monthly sponsor, even $1 or $5, $10 a month. Patreon.com/crowdsource the truth. And I don't know why this echo keeps happening when I go live on the portable here, but let's wrap it up there. 3 p.m. tomorrow. Sunday with Charles will be on. Photo Bob! That guy's a genius, obviously. But you can still sponsor Crowdsource the Truth with cryptocurrency. You can utilize this handy QR code to send Bitcoin. It's back on the way up. So if your Bitcoin has been appreciating, you can slice off a tiny little, 1 Satoshi, whatever it might be. Anyway, let's wrap it up there and avoid the echo. Thanks for watching, everybody.